Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we are going to fix a problem that I wish we didn't have to fix, but you know what? It is what it is, and so we just roll with it, right? What am I talking about? Well, I had my beautiful Gatsby Gal oak leaf hydrangea. She has died. I have no idea what has happened to her, why she has perished, but it is really clear that she's done. We went to the beach. We were gone for a week. While we were gone, my amazing mama, Mimi, you know, the fantastic gardener that she is, truly was taking care of the garden, and she noticed that all of a sudden Gatsby Gal just went downhill big time. I came home and I about had a heart attack. I was like, what happened? And she's like, I promise I did nothing to her. I have no idea. Y'all, we don't know what happened. Everybody else around her is doing great, amazing. She was covered in those beautiful blooms, and in fact, there's one limb. There is one limb on the whole plant that looks great. This is what she did look like. Beautiful, creamy white flowers, just gorgeous. But clearly, she is a very unhappy plant. And let's just be honest, I have our Creekside Signature Experience here in 1 week from today. And this is where we invite 50 guests to come spend the day with us. Basically, it's a first class experience here at Creekside Nursery, including dinner in the backyard and tours, like they get to tour our gardens here at the house. I want this to look amazing when they get here. Gatsby Gal, she's done. I don't know what happened, but she's done, so we're gonna move on. I hate it. I was absolutely sick to my stomach when I got home, but it is what it is. And so we're gonna replace her, and I was like, okay, I need to go big. So I was texting Mimi yesterday. I was like, okay, what can I replace this with that would be big and beautiful and showy? And I was thinking maybe we do like a Limelight standard tree form, which would be perfect, except that I have Limelight prime hydrangeas all around it. And I thought, you know, that's just gonna be, we're going back with kind of that same green color, and I want something different. I want something unique. I want a specimen plant, much like Gatsby Gal was. And so then I was like, ooh, okay, do I do a dogwood? Because we have some beautiful dogwoods down there, but this does get full intense hot sun. I was like, well, dogwood, it could possibly be too hot for it. Japanese maple, okay, what kind of Japanese maple do I want to do? Do I have any? Do I have any that are sun tolerant? Thinking. Yes, we do. So we are going to put in an Emperor 1 Japanese maple, and we have it, it's in the back of Jerry's machine, and so I'll show it to you a little bit more up close once we actually kind of get it down. But this is a nice little size already. It is what we call a B&B, ball and burlap. So this was dug out of the field, came from a nursery in Oregon. You can see that it is wrapped up right in that burlap. We're going to show you the whole process of unwrapping it. But the Emperor 1, I really think is going to be a great choice for this spot because it is a very upright maple. It is very cold tolerant. It's hardy in zones 5 to 9. Of course, we're in 8A, so I don't have to worry about the winter. That's not a problem. And it holds up to the late summer heat. We are huge fans and friends of Mr. Maple. Mr. Maple is an online nursery where you can order, obviously, lots of different maples and trees and things. And so if you're interested, I was online looking at their website just to getting kind of the information on Emperor 1. They do have some available, so you can head over there. You can order one if you like. But it's very upright, zones 5 to 9, full to part sun. At maturity, it'll be like 15 feet tall. It changes colors throughout the season. Beautiful, like deep red, maroons, and then in the fall, it has gorgeous red color. So that is going to be an absolutely gorgeous color addition to this space. Plus, it makes me very happy because thinking of the overall design, knowing that here we'll have the Emperor 1, that is our forest pansy redbud, right, which also has those burgundy colors. In the summertime, it starts to turn a little bit more green, and then I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but way back there, that is the Fire Glow Japanese maple. So we're gonna have 3 different burgundy trees in this space. We are trying to beat the heat. It is already in the sun. It is going to be one of those hot days. It's going to be one of the hottest days so far here in our area of North Carolina. So Jerry's going to be helping me. We're going to get Gatsby Gal out, see if we can figure out anything that happened. Is it something with the roots? Was somebody eating the roots? I don't know. We're going to investigate that, and then we're going to get Emperor 1 in her new home and trying to beat the heat.
Well, that was an easy way to make a bigger hole.
It is.
The 9-inch is, we have to make a larger hole for the B&B because it's a little bit bigger than a 9-inch auger. I would like to say though, I mean, I can't imagine this thing being much taller, especially for a 9-inch, you know? Like if this thing was up here and I was trying to do that and I were to hit something, I mean, I'm gonna catch it right in the side. I like having this one down here and I can get the pressure on it.
Well, and that's my
really
thing
well.
too. As a short person, I don't want something that's really tall because I
Yeah.
can't, it could come back and hit and it's gonna
Yeah.
really hurt, but I can't get any pressure on it.
Yeah, I just like, I've seen a lot of tall augers, but this one per se, especially for this one, since it's such a big 9-inch and you're doing a big hole, I just think it's a,
Well,
I
and
think it's a good height. I like I know Jenny's auger is a little bit taller than this, but it's a smaller thing, you know, smaller
Diameter.
I can't speak English.
it's all right. Well, and it's not, I mean, it's just only a couple of inches taller than that, you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
having that, and because we do have clay soil here,
Yeah.
the important thing on
Yeah.
that is that it has the heavy duty tip.
Yeah, heavy duty tip in the blades.
Yes. Yeah.
Jenny has another one. It has her pink tape on it. I should have brought it out here, where all the blades are. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but this one's nice and flat across. But her other ones are rounded off. So the cool thing about that is these are all replaceable, and then you have the auger ready to go again.
Yep.
You know. Anyway, I don't know. I was just sitting there thinking about that as I was making this hole for this B&B tree. Hadn't used a 9-inch in a while.
I know, because we've been using the Jenny's auger for everything.
Yeah,
It's been great.
But when you need to do a bigger hole, this one,
Go big or go home.
yeah, this one does really good.
All right, so you're going to
I'm gonna heave ho the
the tree over here.
tree over here, and then we're gonna put it in the ground.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about how it's different to install a B&B versus a potted, and then get her in here, get the biotone in, get her mulch, get her a good drink of water, and just let her go.
Yep, sounds good.
I guess it would be a he, Emperor.
The Emperor.
The Emperor.
Yeah.
We're going from a Gatsby Gal to the Emperor, so he will. I know it's a plant, y'all, but still. Anyway,
fine.
here we go. All right, so Jerry went ahead and has Emperor 1 in. When you have a B&B, it means that this was field grown, not grown in a container. And when the nursery came to dig it up, they literally came with a machine and they dig it out, then they wrap it in the burlap and then use either a cage, or in this case it was more like twine, like baling twine, to wrap it up. So what that means is when you then bring it in, a lot of times B&Bs are heavier because they have native soil versus your potting soil, and typically that's always going to be a lot heavier, thicker, which, you know, this one is not a problem. It will adjust quite well, and you have this beautiful root system. You're going to, of course, keep it well watered. Watch your watering on it, especially in the hot summer months. Now, placement wise, oh, let's go back again. Okay, so do you keep the burlap on or you keep the burlap off? It is going to depend on the tree. This was a small root system, and so Jerry was able to take it off.
You see?
Yeah.
It was already rotting.
It was burlap. It's a natural product. You absolutely can plant a B&B with the burlap still attached. Now, yes, if you have a cage, you need to open it up and pull it out, lay it out. If you've got that twine, you saw Jerry, he cut it and removed it. But if it makes more sense to leave the burlap on because if you feel like you take it off, you're going to destroy your root ball, put it in there, right? Just move it, put it in there, lay the burlap out once you get it in the ground, and it will be fine. The roots, one, burlap is going to decay. Two, those roots will grow through that burlap. Trust me, we have seen it over and over again. That burlap is not going to inhibit the root growth. Do you want to let it be free and get the twine and all that stuff off? Yes, but it's okay to plant it with the burlap. In this case, it easily came off, and Jerry could safely move it, so we just took it off, right? Now, I can hear you talking to me right now, and you're like, Jenny, it's not centered between the two hydrangeas. I understand that. It looks like that way. This hydrangea, for some reason, has a lot of growth going over here, where this one's more upright. So yes, it looks off center, and that's okay. It is all right, y'all. These hydrangeas are going to fill in. I can easily come in here and just kind of shape this up a little bit. Now that these guys have room, because the oak leaf took up this whole area, everybody's going to expand, everybody's going to breathe a little bit and be just fine. So now that Emperor 1 is in, what we're going to do is I'm going to grab some land and sea and kind of come back, top dress around here, make sure that the irrigation is close to that root system so that when the irrigation comes on, it gets water. And yeah, I mean, pretty much call it a day here on this project.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
A lot better than a shovel.
A lot better than a shovel, he says. He's not mic'd up, he's using my mic. All right, so
I gotta go to the garden center.
he has to go to the garden center. He has to give a little talkie-talkie. All right, and then I'm gonna water. All right, here we go. All right, my friends, so Emperor 1 is planted, watered, ready to grow in his new home. What I am going to do is a little bit of maintenance in this bed. So I thought I would just kind of take you along for the ride on that in case you have some of these same plants in your garden and need to know how to take care of them. So I am going to grab my sun hat because the sun is now out. So we're going to grab the sun hat, and then I am going to show you how to prune back your boom chocolata, or if you not boom chocolata, maybe you have a different hardy geranium. We're going to do that. And then talk about the importance of deadheading your Shasta daisies, because it makes a big difference. So grab the sun hat, and then we're going to do a little tidying up here in this bed. All right, so a couple of things before we get started. This is Boom Chocolata. It is a fantastic full sun, loves the sun, hardy geranium. It does a beautiful, more on the purple side of the flowers, very upright, and it's gorgeous. It is finished blooming. So because we do have the signature experience, and just in general, I want to tidy up this plant. So what I'm trying to do is get the stems that have those spent flowers and take them back. But I don't want it to look like, I don't want to grab it all up and just shear it. You absolutely could do that. It's not going to hurt the plant. I'm just going for the more of the aesthetics. So with each individual one, I'm kind of looking to see where a good point is that, you know, where are some leaves, where is it not so noticeable for me to take them out. And then I'm just pruning it back. Getting rid of those spent blooms and making it just, you know, cleaning up the plant overall. So that is what we're going to do with Boom Chocolata. Now, I am wearing my sun hat because I am literally in the garden like 6 days a week, and for not just, you know, 5 minutes at a time, but a lot. And a lot of you have asked about where I get my sun hat. I'm not ashamed to say that I fell for an Instagram ad. This is from an Australian company. Years and years and years ago, I learned that the Australians do a magnificent job creating sun protective clothing. Obviously, they live in a very warm area. A lot of people spend a lot of time outside, and they're very aware of protecting their skin while they're outside. So I'll have it linked for you. Every time I wear this hat, people are like, where is that hat from? I think it's Solbari. I think that's how you say it. But it is that big, nice sun hat. I love it because it has the ponytail, so I don't have the hair on my neck. With our heat and humidity, the last thing I want to do is be out in the garden and have my hair down on my neck. Dear heavens, it will absolutely drive me bananas. I cannot stand to have my hair down when I am gardening, especially in the summertime. And then of course it is UV protection. Gets my neck, gets my ears, gets my face, everything. It is, you know, I think my dermatologist would agree. It is important to take care of your skin, especially when you're out in it as much as we are. Also, talking about the heat and humidity, you may be looking at me like, why are you wearing long sleeves? Well, again, this is UV protective clothing. And so I'm trying to, you know, be responsible, take care of my skin. My two favorite places to get my sun protective clothing are from Coolie Bar. That is what this is from. It's a very lightweight, very athletic, moisture wicking. I know it sounds kind of weird to wear long sleeves, but it's actually cooler than if I was in a cotton t-shirt. So Coolie Bar does a great job. They have sun hats, men's, women's, kids, all the things. And then Free Fly Apparel. They actually are more geared towards fly fishermen or just fishermen in general. And because obviously if you're going to be fishing, you're going to be in the sun. And they do a wonderful job, really cute, both practical and cute, attractive clothing. So I don't get a penny from any of that. I am simply sharing my experience for you, with you, from one gardener to the next. So there you go. Solbari for the hat, Coolie Bar, and Free Fly Apparel for the clothing. Now what I'm gonna do is finish up these geraniums, just cleaning it up, right? So you can see it doesn't look like that I have come in here and absolutely sheared back my Boom Chocolata. You know, if you weren't sitting here watching me do it, you probably wouldn't know that it has been done. That is the goal with this, so that you do not see that I have been pruning it. It's not like this crazy, you know, scalping of the plant. So I'm gonna do, I've got a total of 3 Boom Chocolatas, basically done 1. I've got 2 more to do. And then we're gonna go look at Shasta daisies and talk about why we wanna take care of those while they're blooming. All right, my friends, so Boom Chocolata has all been pruned back. Here I have in front of me, this is the Amazing Daisies Banana Cream 2. And Banana Cream 2 gets its name because when the flowers first come out, they are a nice, soft yellow. As they age, they turn to a pure white. With your Shasta daisies, you want to come in here once, I don't know, if you do it a week, I guess that would be amazing. Every 2 weeks, that would be fantastic, because you do not want to have yucky old spent blooms on your plant. This is what we call deadheading. And with the Shasta daisies, the more you deadhead, the more, one, it instantly makes the plant look amazing, but it encourages it to put on new growth, new flowers. Now, of course, you're going to get your amazing, pun intended, first flush is going to be your absolute best. But when you deadhead, it does encourage it to go ahead and put on those new shoots. Now, you get to decide. You can see clearly the two different stages right here. One is just absolutely just brown and miserable. The other one is not so bad. But I want to do this now, and I don't want to have to come back right before the signature experience a week from now. So if I have some that are starting to show the brown, I'm just going to go ahead and deadhead those, because there are fresh buds all around it. So that way, next week with the signature experience, when folks are walking by and they're up close and personal on these plants, I have nice fresh flowers for them to see, and not, you know, a plant that's covered in old yucky flowers. So that really encourages new growth, freshens up the plant, keeps it neat and tidy. So I'm just going to do the rest of these. But yeah, I mean, pretty easy project here in the morning in the summertime here in the South. My gosh, y'all, I mean, like, I'm already glistening. It's like, I don't know, 9. Yeah, well, it's 10. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. So really, it just depends. If you're going to be working in the sun, you got to do it before 10 a.m. Then after that, you seek out the shade, or you go inside and you call it a day, because woo-wee, dear heavens, it gets toasty. So this was a great project. I feel good about replacing that Gatsby Gal with the Emperor 1. Boom chocolatas are pruned back. I'm going to clean up the daisies, and then there you go. And I'm just going to go back and start watering more plants to keep everybody fresh and happy. And I've got my little furry sidekick right here that is always on the ever alert looking for bunnies. As always, we so appreciate you. Thank you so much for growing with Creekside. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.